The 54-day Rosary Novena saved my marriage. 2024 was the hardest year my marriage has ever experienced. We had only been married 3 years, but this was the greatest test our relationship had ever had. I would have said we had the perfect marriage. And then 2023 was very hard for a lot of extenuating circumstances. We had a son with colic. We had another son that regressed into autism. My husband had to travel to Korea for work for 2 months. There was just like the perfect storm to start 2024 with challenges. I started 2024 thinking that my son might not even have autism, that he was just like behind in some milestones. And then by the end of 2024, I realized that he had profound autism and probably would need a caregiver for the rest of his life. So this put a great strain on my marriage. I got hyper fixated on blaming my husband for things that really weren't his fault. My behavior definitely made our marriage so much worse, but I didn't see it at the time. It's like the Bible verse, Matthew 7:3-5, focusing on the splinter in your neighbor's eye versus the log in your own. I was completely blind to my bad behavior. I thought I was doing the most and trying to save our family while my husband was pulling further and further away. I went into this season of questioning if I had made the right choice. This was the most horrible season of my life. I made a commitment before God to love my husband forever and always, no matter how imperfect he was. Then I started questioning that commitment. I started questioning if I had made some kind of a mistake. And I prayed a 54-day Rosary Novena for my marriage because I was just so desperate. I didn't know what else to do. And I knew that God knew what to do. During this 54-day Rosary Novena, our marriage and problems seemed to be getting worse. So I don't want you to think like, oh, I'm going to start a 54-day Rosary Novena and everything's going to be magically okay, because we had some of like the hardest days of our marriage during that 54-day Rosary Novena. But on the last day of the 54-day Rosary Novena, I was given a vision of Jesus holding me and my husband together. And I realized that Jesus wanted my marriage. I realized that Jesus wanted us to be together. Once I knew the Lord wanted our marriage, I had so much more peace and freedom. I felt so unburdened by this feeling of questioning had I made some kind of a mistake. Ever since then, our marriage has not been perfect, but it's gotten better and better and better and better. And what God did in 2025 was give us the best years we've ever had, not just as a couple, but as a family. I have prayed the Rosary Novena so many times for different things, and the Lord has always answered my prayer. If you have any testimonies of praying the 54-day Rosary Novena or questions about the 54-day Rosary Novena, put it in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you there. Follow Little Curl Rise for more tips on how to live a Christ-centered life.